Hello, welcome back. My name is Kira, and this is chapter 29 of our Let's Play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay, so we're back in Attica. I realized that I was silly enough not to actually synchronize whilst we were here the last time, so I had to sail back. Just slightly annoying, but you know. I did find the port of Perikles, so I've arrived here, I've docked our ship. And I'm now going to synchronize here because there's a synchronization spot here somewhere. Okay, maybe I'm just blind. Wait, where's the synchronization spot? Is it on this building? It is on this building. Alright, so I just need to climb. So I'm gonna synchronize and then I'll make our way to wherever we need to go to do this ostracized quest thingy. Oh dear. It's always on top of a statue, isn't it? Poor statues. Oh, so pretty. Like, honestly, it gives me a lot of joy when I get to see these views. It's quite amazing. And I think I've mentioned this before, but just in case I didn't, or in case you've forgotten, this is at the point now where it is going to be a completely blind playthrough. Which means I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea where the quests are going to lead us. I don't know if I'm making the right decisions. I won't be Googling. And it's just going to be me stumbling through this wonderful game. And let's hope for the best because we all want a happy ending for Kassandra, right? And the thing is, I'm afraid, is that I'm not going to know what decisions I made wrong or whatever it may be. Which is odd for me because up to this point in my gaming so far, it's been catch-up time. So, because I was an MMORPG player and I only played MMORPGs until I got sick, I hadn't played any single-player games. And my single-player game journey, I suppose, started with Mass Effect. So when I first got sick, one of my friends bought me all of Mass Effect, like 1, 2, and 3, because it was on massive sales, so he bought them for a couple of his friends, so we could all kind of like, you know, talk about it after we were done. I consumed that game. But the thing was, even though I hadn't played those games, I'd heard plenty of things about them. So I knew what the general storyline was heading to, I knew what the endings available were, and I knew how to basically get a happy ending, or happiest ending you can get. And, you know, to save all the crew members and stuff like that. So I kind of cheated my way through that, and it was very much the same as like most other games. The only one that really caught me off guard was Dishonored because I had no idea. I knew about Dishonored, I knew it was a fantastic game, but I hadn't played it, and I hadn't read too much about it before I started playing it. So, needless to say, I did a high chaos run, and without meaning to, mind you, and ended up with a bad ending, which made me very sad. And then I played Dishonored 2, and I knew about high chaos this time, so I didn't get a bad ending, but, you know, things happen. It was fun. But now, with this game and with Red Dead Redemption 2, I've been actively avoiding reading too much about it, seeing things too much about it, because I want it to be my playthrough. I want to be genuinely surprised. I want to be genuinely emotionally involved, and I am, which may or may not be a good thing. Because if I start crying on camera, I'm going to be a little bit embarrassed, but I probably will do it, and I'll apologize ahead of time. But anyway, I've been pretty unwell last couple of days. So I've been barely out of bed, which kind of sucks. But I feel kind of alright today, so hopefully I'll be able to get through a couple of chapters. Alright, so let's speak to this contact. It's very loud in here.
You must be the one Perikles sent.
I am. He said there was an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
Okay. Big important person, I'm guessing.
If someone is exiled, can they return?
If they do, they'll be punished.
Right.
What does someone have to do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
Okay. So this is like a popular vote. Popularity vote.
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the Ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Perikles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
I'm sorry, but this seems extraordinarily dodgy. It's like rigging a freaking, US election. I mean, obviously not that bad, but...
Goods from all over the Greek world. You wouldn't think the city was besieged by an army of Spartans.
No, you wouldn't. And please note that they are coloured as they were back in the day. They're just not coloured now because all the paint wore off. Historical fact there. So, I mean, does this feel right to you guys? I mean, not that I'm getting a choice in the matter, so I have to, but it just feels so wrong to be doing this. There will be guards, right? I'm just gonna check it because I don't. Yeah, there's guards. There's guards, and there's like, no doubt, like location requirements. So kill the captain and loot treasure. Which means that, you know what's gonna happen, right? There's gonna be, Kira rampage. Or Kassandra rampage. Where is the damn captain? Why can't I find him? I know he's here somewhere. He has to be. Because a location thing wouldn't tell me to kill a captain if there is no captain. Oh, is that the captain? I'm looking at the wrong location thingies. This is a different location. Okay. This is... Well, I'm not going to do this location now. I'm going to do this location.
Let's hope no one notices me here.
Well, Sandra, let's be honest. The best way to make sure that we're not noticed is by killing everyone. And that's exactly what we're going to do, isn't it? I mean, luckily it's night, so we're not at least going to get noticed that way. I have to say, I am almost tempted to do like a whole full sneaking thing just to see if I can do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not a very stealthy person, if you haven't already noticed. I much prefer to go in, kill everyone, and all that. Okay, that's one taken care of. Look, we got a new engraving, see? All of this killing does eventually get rewarded. Stop Cassandra, please. Right. So, where's the... Did I need to change?
Do you ever stop talking? If I had woken up I would have looked.
Okay. There's two that's standing right there. Here's the first one, I'm guessing. Still. Am I just stealing the Ostracised, or... Okay, so I have to burn the war supplies in here as well. That's easy.
That'll make the Athenians around here angry.
Yeah, that's probably going to make them not very happy with me, but whatever. Okay, what else? Where else do I have to go? Let's go up. Always easier when you go up. That's my philosophy anyway right now in this game. Always be above where everyone else is. Okay, so they did... Oh dear. I was about to say they did make it very easy for us to be able to do this without having to kill everyone, but... maybe not. He's about to notice that his friend is dead. So him. Okay. Alright, here's the second treasure chest. And he's...
That should do it. I should let Perikles' contact know.
The second Ostraka thing. And because I'm crazy, I'm gonna do this and walk out the front door. Oh god, I've got a bounty now. My bad. I'm sorry, people. Alright. So we've killed everyone, we've cleared it all out, we've got... Hey, don't panic, it's all good. So now, what's a little murder between friends? Hmm? No? No. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright. Where is this quest going to? I really am not sure about this. I'm not sure about the morality of it. And is Perikles even the good guy in this? I mean, I don't know. I don't know my Greek history well enough. Okay.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
I
The
bet you they're still going
votes
to
have
say
been
this, by the
tallied.
way.
Overwhelmingly, the people have decided that Anaxagoras should be ostracized from Athens!
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Perikles were much closer. It's strange, Perikles wasn't here today to defend him.
Would Perikles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
I'm Kassandra, shall we go? I don't want to go with I'm a mercenary, it doesn't seem right.
My name is Kassandra.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
Knowledge.
Of course. Knowledge drives everything I do.
Then we are the same in that way.
Knowledge of when to attack, what weapon to use, or when to use reason instead of violence.
We seem to put our love of knowledge into practice quite differently.
I use it how I need to.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
Well, Socrates was very, very smart, so yeah, sense the reason you would know.
I did what I was asked to do.
And your needs are greater than those of the man you helped ostracize. Still, you raise a fine point. Who is more responsible? Anaxagoras for getting himself mixed up in this? Or you, for simply sealing his fate?
Personal responsibility, I think, goes a long way, and I do feel that we were responsible for this. Especially because we didn't question it a lot. Like, we didn't look into it, we didn't... I mean, not that we had a choice to. I'm not saying that, you know. But I do feel that it is Kassandra's ultimate responsibility for what happened.
Fine. I'm more responsible. But I did it because I have one concern. Myself.
Then I hope you also think about today. About Anaxagoras, about choice.
Socrates! There you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know. That's everything Perikles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
Good point. Let's do that, Kassandra. We've leveled up again. We're leveling up super fast. I don't know if it's just because we're on easy mode or not, but meh. Not too fast either way. Perikles Symposium. That's the quest, right? That we need to go through? Yeah. Alright. So, Socrates is one of the characters I've been really looking forward to meeting, and I'm quite satisfied with how that went. I was fangirling a little. But either way, I will meet you as Perikles' house. Yeah, and here we are. I believe this is Socrates.
Surprise! We'll be watching you, Miss Dios. At least give them a welcome first. Fine. Perikles welcomes you to the symposium.
Okay, there you go.
Kassandra, it's you!
Phoebe!
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said, stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
Oh my god.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmae working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe...
I needed a drachmae for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Perikles?
No, for Aspasia.
I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Well... How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky.
Oh my god, I'm really happy to see Phoebe. Like, I'm really glad, A, that she didn't die of the plague that we let spread in Kefalonia. And B, that she's well and she seems very happy, and she's not like looking like she's sick or poorly looked after. She's in nice clothes, she's got some armbands and stuff. Like, she looks well, and I'm genuinely quite happy with that.
I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
Oh god. You know what? I will change my clothes and I'll do it for Phoebe. I wonder what's gonna happen if I say I won't change my clothes. Oh, the questions. But no, I'll change my clothes.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I'm really hoping all of my gear doesn't disappear.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Kassandra
Now
looks
you look
hot.
like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
Of course not. Kassandra looks so uncomfortable in this, and she walks so weirdly. But there we are. We're here. And red does suit her, doesn't it? Look at her. She looks hot. Enough of that.
Here, Kassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Perikles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Perikles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone.
Okay, how is this gonna
They
go?
may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
Look, let's be honest, I've heard of Sophocles, so let's go with that. And, you know, throwing stones at them right now, like with the whole they don't look very intellectual or whatever, doesn't seem like it's a great idea.
I've heard of Sophocles. In my line of work, it pays to know who the richest and most famous men are.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies.
You should drink more.
Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Perikles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates, always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Oh god, why are they in their underwear? Okay.
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Misthios like you think of a party like this?
You know what? Parties are not our specialty because that boy is not us. I don't even want to go to where that conversation officer is going to lead me towards, whether that's going to be like a threesome, foursome, or whatever that may be. Let's try to keep things PG, shall we?
This is going to be a long night. Parties should be about vomiting up blood, not vomiting up poetry. These people are so clean.
If these guests aren't to your own unique tastes, then just focus on why you came here in the first place.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Perikles is here somewhere, and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
Yeah, you know what? We should be okay on our own. We're grown women. We can handle this, alright? Kassandra, even if you don't have Herodotus, you have me. we will be okay, maybe?
Agreed. Perikles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Me too.
I don't know about you guys, but right now I am getting like the distinct, like the winter party vibes from like, what's it called? Dragon Age Inquisition. Gather information about your mother. I can't talk to I can't talk to...
Of course, I only use the terms war or god or civility in the context of what can be observed. So I can observe soldiers fighting, but does that bring me any closer to understanding war?
I haven't seen you around before, citizen. Perhaps you'd like to spare me conversing with this man of nonsense?
Okay, let's talk.
Sure, we can talk. What about?
Before Protagoras changed the subject, we were talking about the next great leader of Athens, Cleon.
If I say Cleon is an idiot, it's gonna upset him, but I think Cleon is an idiot. Let's talk about why I'm here. Is showing my hand a little bit too early, too fast, I think. And I need them to trust me, don't I? But I don't want to undermine Perikles, and it's a Perikles party. You know, let's go with the middle option. It seems to be the only option that's not going to ostracize people straight off the bat.
I'll change the subject again. I'm looking for someone. A Spartan woman.
Spartan? Hopefully she's dead in the gutters. It's better than those mongrels deserve.
I wonder if you found the woman, even if you saw her with your own eyes, would you believe her existence to be true?
This is getting nowhere. Forget it.
If you don't want to discuss that, then what?
If you're an ally of Cleon, why would Perikles invite you?
You're not from Athens, outsider. Here, we keep our enemies closest of all.
Why isn't Aspasia here?
Can you be certain she isn't?
Oh, dear.
To observe her presence is still no guarantee that she is here.
In my opinion, it's just like her to cower in the shadows while we stand out here in the light.
It's a good thing I don't have my weapon, because I will totally kill him.
This has been useless. Here.
Oh god, existentialism can only go so far. Like, come on, there should be a limit to the damn thing. And if we're going to have an existential discussion, I need to be drunk. Not Kassandra, me. Unfortunately, I am not. I can't do it. But dancing with a torch seems dangerous, buddy.
And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the gods who are the source of justice?
What? No! Have you been listening to nothing I say?
Yes, you come and talk to this infuriating air brother. I've had my fill.
Perhaps later. First, explain to me your point again.
Okay, Lord. Can I go and, like, look around? Oh, I can. And there's, like, a quest marker here.
Someone's being hurt. Open this door or I'll kick it in!
Don't mind her. She likes to watch.
Oh.
Look at you. Such authority. Such aggression. I can see why Perikles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
Oh my god, this is so bad cheesy lines. I want to hurt him. I'm looking for someone. I don't think it's gonna go there. Sounds like quite the party. Sounds like quite the party.
I thought this party was tame, even by Athenian standards. Until now.
Let them have their meeting of the minds. I'm more interested in meeting other parts.
Ali, we're out of oil again. Ali?
You know they like you when they give you a pet name. There's more olive oil in the kitchen, but Aspasia keeps complaining about me walking unencumbered through her symposiums.
You mean naked?
It sounds so good when you say it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This quest. Oh god. I want to get the olive oil so I can hear more of this shit because it's hilarious.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long. If you don't get the oil soon, all our fun will end.
Okay, no, we will get the olive oil just because that's hilarious. So where is the oil? Hang on. Oh my god, that was just simply hilarious. I really enjoyed that, just for the kicks and giggles. I'm guessing there's olive oil in here somewhere, maybe. There we go. There's the oil. There's another question here, and I can see it, but we'll do that in a sec. Oh, sorry, lady. Sorry. I'm not even going to say anything about the goat. Let's not say anything about the goat.
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
You've grown up in Perikles' home, and yet you're so different.
No one is like Perikles. And he's only slightly more serious than usual, too. Athens is under siege, and he worries for her future. Which is why tonight is a fine time to celebrate what may be our last taste of freedom.
When you walked in, you seemed like you and Socrates were...
How I wish you were right. One day we will have that man in here with us. I promise you that.
Oh.
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
No! No! We're not joining in. How many other people there is in that room doing God knows what? I'm only here for information.
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Theatera? I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. A force, and the only ones there with any smarts.
Ali! Come back inside!
Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anfusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Anfusa in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
Hey, we got some information. We got invited to a thing. We're going to pretend that none of that happened. As hilarious as that is. And I really don't want to be involved in that conversation, so I'm just gonna see what this person needs.
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
You're a rich, arrogant ass. I want to say that. I really want to say that. But Kassandra's not going to say that. Let's try to placate him a bit, I guess. Maybe they'll say it's not a fight. Will that work? I don't know.
I've seen lots of fights. That wasn't one.
I really made a fool of myself this time, didn't I? I'm Sophocles, though I'm sure you knew that. And you are?
I am looking for information that'll help me find someone. A Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous, xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
Oh, you arrogant little shit. I hate this guy. Can I kill this guy? Is that an option? And was that a cockroach that just flew across the screen? Because if it was, don't tell me because I'll have a freak out. So you want to make a scene?
You want to get Euripides drunk? Are you hoping he's gonna make an even bigger scene than you did?
Ha! We both know that's not possible. But you're a feisty one, to say the least.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
How do you know Perikles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Perikles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
You want
I'm
that
sure
right.
it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen. You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with a banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
Oh, so it's a lover's tiff. Wow. Wow.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Oh, Kassandra, I'm not sure if we should be involved in stuff like this. I'm sorry, lady. I just like
Save for
bumping
that
along.
arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
Shall we get the sweet wine or the dry wine? Because the sweet wine will make the lover of Euripides sick, or we can get Euripides himself drunk. I personally like sweet wine, so I'm gonna go with the sweet wine.
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
Get Euripides drunk. Okay, that's not gonna get Euripides drunk. I need the other wine. My bad. Oops, I should have chosen the dry wine.
A new face in Perikles' abode! Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the orange ape. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Kassandra.
You're rich shit.
I wouldn't peg you as a Kassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides?
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though...
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
You and Aristophanes could both use a drink. Let's play a game.
A competition?
Ah, wonderful idea. Euripides seems quiet, but he never turns down a challenge.
Well, if you brought us some wine, I wouldn't be opposed to showing this young one how we Argives drink.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
I hate this little kid. I hate that A naming guy. I can't even say his name. Whatever, I hate him.
Perikles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Perikles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
Oh good, this is working.
Ready for more?
Yeah, I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more!
Oh,
You ready for another?
I'm getting so drunk.
This wine is terrible.
You.
You? I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Oh, then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in Argos. Here I come.
We've got him drunk. We need to return to Sophocles.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Perikles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
I do quite love the fact that the game does, you know, quite intentionally put Kassandra in a red dress, considering the fact there's this color of Sparta and all of the Athenians are in blue. Alright, Socrates, let's talk.
Ah, if it isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important.
I think we agreed our use of that knowledge couldn't be more different.
Ah, you remember. perhaps our conversation can continue.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
I want to say it can't be that important because this guy's just annoying. I'm sorry, I tend to make really flash judgments on characters depending on their voices. I have issues. But I don't like him. But I am going to go for the more diplomatic option.
You have been arguing a single point all night and no one has a black eye? You have my attention.
We're discussing the nature of rulers. Where better to do so than here? I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient, and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
This argument between you two is pointless.
Perhaps. How do you define art?
I'm not getting dragged into this.
Very well. Answer this. Does the artist not give form and symmetry to her subject?
Well, yes.
Laws and justice do much the same for people, do they not? And is there any better way to communicate the story of a people than by revealing its customs and laws? If yes, then ruling, and thus justice, must be an art, as Thrasymachos says.
If you say so.
Aspasia.
It's quite beautiful.
You shouldn't be too hard on Socrates. He really has a brilliant mind, even if he comes off a little strong.
He isn't always like that, is he?
Ah, Phoebe. Perikles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Kassandra can help. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Kassandra will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
Oh. I know, when despite that one time with, Phidias, we're not going with the lying option. So you've been spying on me, or I did what was necessary? I did what was necessary. I mean, we've all come to the realization that we're getting spied on regardless whether we like it or not, so why be bothered about it? I did what was necessary.
I did what I had to, and I'd do it again. I make no apologies.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
Yes, thank you.
These may be the nicest clothes I've ever worn, but I feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
I don't want to say I'm looking for my mother. I don't know how much she knows, and other people are paying attention, so I'll just say I'm trailing a woman. What do you think? Just to go with that.
I'm searching for a woman who fled Sparta with her child years ago. I was hoping you might help.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Perikles to come down here and greet his guests.
Okay. Right, going to see Perikles. Oh my god, this is gonna be one of the longest videos I've ever made. But it's fine. Because most of it is cutscene. And it's so far been too interesting to not like cut it short or anything.
Kassandra!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
Aspasia sent me, or stop hiding from your guests, or don't blame Phoebe. Don't blame Phoebe. Like, don't be mean to that child. She's special to me.
Phoebe did nothing wrong. Aspasia asked her to let me in.
Of course she did. I can't say I'm thrilled about going down and speaking to everyone. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And, of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
Why send Metiochos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Perikles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to her, Perikles.
The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members, and I believe him when he says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
Okay, leave the symposium, but I need to get my clothes back. Oh, I can't jump! Are you kidding me? Do I lose the ability to be, like, me without my clothes? Alright, we'll leave this symposium.
I'll help you however I can during your travels.
It's appreciated.
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
I will be going to all three, let's be honest, but we'll start with Chaos.
There's a woman on the island of Chaos that I need to meet. I think I'll head there first.
I've heard there are pirates there.
I'll be sure to be careful.
Good. Before you go, I heard something from Aspasia about Kefalonia.
What is it?
She said there was some sort of plague. You don't think... My friend, the blood fever.
Don't think like that. Whatever happened on Kefalonia isn't our fault. I'll go myself and find out if this plague even happened, okay?
Okay. Thanks. I knew I could count on you.
I kind of think it might be my fault.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Kassandra!
Alright, we've completed that. We've, I think, got a number of quests as a result. Yeah, we've got a lot of quests to do as a result. And not to mention we have, like, the, you know, beasts and things we have to kill and, other stuff. So, when you come back, I'll be trying to decide where to go next, what to do next, and all of that fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back for the next one. But most of all, as always, sorry, my cat is literally resting on my hand, so I can't use that hand. But I hope you'll have a fantastic day. Mwah.